I've had time to digest what I just watched yesterday in Sean Brady versus Leon Edwards. I even watched the fight back. Sean Brady had a generational performance. I don't think I've ever seen a human being do what Sean Brady did to somebody of Leon Edwards' caliber. Now, I see a lot of people saying Leon Edwards was washed. That's not the case. Leon's not washed. It's just the case of how good really is Sean Brady. Now, before the fight, he went in there in the press conferences. He said, I'm going to make it look easy. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to submit Leon Edwards in the O2 Arena. And that's what he did. He submitted Leon Edwards after beating him on the feet, beating him in the clinch, beating him in the grappling exchanges, moving through transitions on the ground like butter, and ultimately getting the guillotine choke to finish off Leon Edwards. Sean Brady is the truth, man. He's the truth. And when I see performances like that, it makes me think about how good is this fighter? What can they really do? No. So what I want to do in this video, I want to look at, I have 5 fighters prepared. These are the 5 fighters. People keep asking me questions, dude. Like, I hate being put in tough spots, but people keep asking me, yo, Kenny, Sean Brady versus this guy, Sean Brady versus that guy. So I'm going to match up Sean Brady against the 5 people who people talk about the most and kind of compare to Sean Brady. Oh, this guy's going to save us. First of all, I see some people saying the performance was boring. Listen, this is my recommendation. I'm not even trying to hate. Just stop watching UFC. Stop watching MMA. Because I like grappling, but I understand some people just hate MMA, the grappling part of MMA. I swear, kickboxing, they're not going to grapple. Well, they might clinch a little bit, but they're not going to grapple. What Sean Brady did of actively chasing the finish for not even 25 minutes, because they're going to go the distance, but 15 minutes, that's not a bad performance. I don't know if you wanted Sean Brady to hang on to him, not throw any strikes, and just hug him for 5 rounds straight. I don't know what you wanted. When he's on top of him, he's not just controlling him, he's always ground and pounding him. He was always throwing something. He was slipping through his guard, going through transitions, trying to actively chase a finish. Grapplers don't do that nowadays. I love Movzar, I love Belal, I love Usman, I love, Kobe at the time when he was good. I like wrestlers, They don't chase finishes. Islam Makhachev, Sean Brady, they're very few who chase finishes. You're not going to see Merab Dvalishvili chase a submission. He's going to kind of he might ground and pound you a little bit, use a clinch against you, but he's going to have you in a dominant position. He's kind of just going to hold you there. Aljamain Sterling, who's a great grappler, does it too. Sean Brady, what he's doing with chasing these finishes, it's not, I hate saying it's not normal, but in the UFC, it's not normalized. People don't really do that. If you're a grappler primarily, you almost they get to a dominant position, they kind of chill. Brady had moments in that fight where he had Leon Edwards back. He could have just chilled, man. He could have just sat there and chilled. He didn't. So, that being said, great performance again, and we're gonna compare Sean Brady to multiple fighters, and I'm gonna see what you guys think about my analysis, because bro, I have really good analysis. I cook with this prediction, so I'm gonna talk about Sean Brady and these next 5 potential opponents he could fight in the future. So let's get into it, bro. All right, the first person we're gonna start off with is the guy I feel like people are talking about, but hyping up a little bit. I'm not trying to throw shade at the guy, but let's just talk about the first one I have ready. It's Shavkat Rakhmonov. And how would this play out? I'm going to just be objectively honest and truthful. I like Shavkat. He's one of my favorite, from the Caucasus region, Kazakhstan. I love the guy. Brady's better everywhere. Brady is better than Shavkat in every department of fighting. I really think the striking, Brady's pressure will be too much for Shavkat. I feel like his grappling superior to Shavkat. I feel like Shavkat's overrated, but he's still good. I'm not saying Shavkat's a bad overrated. There's fighters who are overrated and they're actually just shit. Then there's fighters like Shavkat who has, he's a great fighter. He beats good people. Wonder Boy, that's a great win. His last fight, Ian Gary, that's a good win on paper. Ian Gary's not a bad fighter at all. But his last performances compared to Brady's last performances, I think there's just a big, vast difference. The way Brady kind of did Burns, 50-45 and him embarrassing him kind of, and then the way he did Leon Edwards in his last fight, kind of domination, actively chasing the finish. He couldn't finish Burns, but you guys got to realize Burns grappling, I don't think people understand how good of a BJJ grappler Burns is. If you don't do your research. But yeah, he wasn't able to finish Burns. I don't fault him for that. Belal Muhammad knew Burns' accolades on the ground, which is why Belal Muhammad didn't shoot on Burns. And he also didn't shoot on Brady because he knew how good of a grappler he is, because he trains with some people Brady trains with, this, that, and the third. So when people some people know how good people are in grappling, so they don't engage. The fact that Brady ragdolled someone like Gilbert Burns and was pushing the pace on him shows me he knows how good he is. And then the way he beat Leon, people are, I keep seeing people cook, why did Leon shoot a takedown? You guys are forgetting, Leon could do that against other wrestlers. Kobe, he did it against He did it against Belal. He did it against Usman. He could do it against these other guys because he feels like he can reverse them, and he does get out some weird positions, you know. But you can't do it against Brady because he's a different grappler than all those guys I just mentioned. I hate to say it like that, but Brady's last performance just seems superior, and I feel like Shavkat lacks boxing specifically. He doesn't. It's not that he boxes bad. It's just that his chin's always in the air. Like Jeff Neal was able to tag him up a lot because he was kind of just plodding forward. He has good head movement for like the first round, but like when he fatigues, it kind of goes away, and it's a kind of an easy target. And I said his grappling sus. Like, people think because he's from Kazakhstan, he's a great grappler. He's not. Like, he's not that type of Kazakhstan. Does he have submission ability? Yes. He's shown so much submission victories. But against Ian Gary, getting taken out by Ian Gary is not a bad thing. I'm assuming. You know, I'm sure other people got taken out by Ian, but he got taken out by Ian. You know, and was put in a controlling position. Almost got choked out by Ian Gary. Trust me when I say there's a difference between Brady's grappling and Ian Gary. You might not believe me now, but when you see Brady ever fight Shavkat, don't be surprised when Brady beats him. Not like low dip. I think stylistically, Shavkat's an easier fight than Leon Edwards for Brady. I really do. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick to Leon, but like I feel like Leon's wrestling is actually better than Shavkat's. I feel like Leon on the feet is a little bit more precise and annoying than Shavkat. Shavkat's best weapon is coming forward and trying to marauder Max, but like he gets hit too much, and it gets Sean Brady, who's like coming into himself and like understanding that he's the pressure, that he's gonna come forward and throw these boxing combos. Shavkat's gonna walk into combos and be on his back 2 seconds later. It's gonna. I think it's a low difficulty win for Sean Brady. I know people might be the comments, but Kenny, he's Kazakhstani, dude. Like, why are you turning your back on him? I'm just honest, man. I gotta be honest with you guys. Like, I don't think this fight is specifically close. You know, people might think it's close just because they believe in, oh, Shavkat has aura, though, Kenny. Cool. Aura is cool. I love aura, man. And I love Shavkat. You know, I think Shavkat, you know, it's just tough that his weight class is tough, but I'm sure he's going to be, you know, in the championship picture. Well, he already is in the picture. You know, it's just a matter of if they book like Shavkat versus Brady next, I'm so sorry for Shavkat because he's not winning. You know, he's also injury prone. Like, listen, I don't know what's going on. He like every single fight that he was lackluster, the Ian Gary fight, the Wonder Boy, he's always injured. I don't know if it's like just an excuse from his team, but it's just not a good look. If you're gonna be hurt against Brady, he's gonna maul you, and then I was injured though, that didn't count. You know, whatever. I just think Sean Brady makes quick work of a Shavkat. I hate to be that guy, but I really don't think it's that close. I understand people are not gonna understand. They'll be, oh, what are you talking about? Shavkat's unbeatable. You're gonna see when they fight, if they ever fight. All right, moving on. This next guy I think is actually harder. So I'm like going from low difficulty to high. It's going to progress. This guy I think is harder for different reasons, but he's not going to be that hard for Brady. It's Joaquin Buckley. And I feel like Joaquin Buckley has a good little run, but Brady's still better everywhere than him, except the power. Like, I do give Buckley like a power chance. Like, he can knock someone out, you know, but I feel like Brady had the tougher test, and I feel like he would succeed in the grappling tenfold. Like, yes, Buckley, he doesn't have great grappling. He got taken out by old Kobe. Chat, I wish people would watch the Kobe fight and understand why Kobe had no success in the takedowns. Kobe would be like 5 feet away from him. He would panic because he's scared of being on the feet, and he had like ring rust. He was nervous, and he would just shoot a stupid takedown. I don't know how he scored that one, but he even scored one. But he would shoot a takedown in plain sight while Buckley's in front of him. That's an easy sprawl, and if you're stronger than the guy, that's even easier. He's stronger, and it's easy sprawl. Kobe couldn't take down anyone. And if you put me in the ring and I saw Kobe shoot from that far away because he's that nervous in my hands, I would have stuffed the takedown on God. You know, I'm not joking. I'm not even trying to be like cocky. Anyone with stuff that takedowns Kobe was shooting. You guys got to actually watch, because like in hindsight, people who don't actually understand the sport are going to be like, he stuffed every single one of Kobe's takedowns except for that one. Sean Brady's going to get stuffed all the time. No, Sean Brady doesn't shoot stupid takedowns from 5 feet away because he's scared of power. Sean Brady will be bringing the pressure and pace to Buckley, and that's when he's going to mix in the wrestling. Buckley has been taken down by Imavov multiple times. Oh, but Kenny, that's 185. Imavov's so much bigger. Brady is bigger than Imavov. Like, him being nearly 200 pounds on fight day is bigger than Imavov. Imavov probably gets up to 200 at least. Like, they're probably the same size. And Imavov is taller in the frame wise. So just know, Brady's a big dude. People think Brady's small because he's short. You guys don't understand like how like the width and the size of the guy for real. So yeah, you're gonna be like, oh my god, Imavov's a great grappler too. No, he's not. Like Imavov can grapple. Don't get me wrong. He's nowhere near the caliber of Sean Brady. Like, not even remotely. You can't even put them on the same pedestal. You know. So getting taken down by older Kobe. You know, getting taken down by Imavov, like none of these, like he has. Like, listen, he's strong. Strength can help you out in takedown defense, but he's not going to be strong enough to defend against someone like Brady, who I actually think is going to have the strength advantage, especially in the grappling exchanges and the clinch exchanges. So I think it's a low mid difficulty win for Brady. The reason I say maybe mid difficulty is because of power. He's got to watch out for it. But I'll be real, Brady was coming in hot against Leon and took some clean counter shots to the chin, and he just ate it without even flinching. So his chin's really good, dude. Like, he has a good. Oh, he got TKO by below. He has no chin. He didn't get dropped or anything by Belal. He just got finished via just not responding to strikes. But he was standing there. He was still game. He was still up. Didn't get dropped. So, yeah, like, Buckley having puncher's chance. Like, first of all, I don't. Every time I say someone has puncher's chance, oh yeah, Pereira has puncher's chance against Ank. Sugar has puncher's chance against Marab. That shit, like, I'm not saying it never works, but like, listen, Buckley was 1-1 with fucking Wonderboy Thompson. No, I'm not saying Wonderboy's a bad fighter. Belal 30-25 Wonderboy. You put Brady in front of Wonderboy, he'll be on the way of 30-25 him, but he'd probably finish him in the third with a submission or something, or the first. Who knows? Like, listen, I'm not saying like Buckley's bad for struggling with Wonderboy, because Wonderboy's a really good fighter, but like these guys aren't on Brady's level. They're just not, dude. And then the old Kobe like losing around argument, it's just like these aren't the same people. Like, Brady's way ahead of him. I'm sorry, I'm being honest. Like, Brady would actually beat Buckley very comfortably. People aren't gonna understand it now, but I'm telling you, dude, when they fight, you're gonna see the distinct difference in the grappling, the clinch, and the boxing. Like, Buckley has good power boxing, but he doesn't really have good fundamental boxing, in contrast to Sean Brady. So I really think Sean Brady's going to put the beats on him like Dr. Dre. Hands on him, lots of bass. One of those kind of beatings. But, what I'm saying, dial brother. We're going to have to see if it ever happens. I think this might happen. I actually might happen. I saw Buckley tweet out that fight was boring too. Like, I'm not going to address the boring. If you guys think that fight's boring, like I said, stop watching MMA. All right. Next up, this is something people always ask me, and I got to answer to it. Buckley versus Usman. Similar styles. Buckley has been more active. I'm going to lean Buckley if they had to fight. I think it's like not 50-50. It might be 51-49. Listen, if the Usman that fought Hamza shows up, it might be a different story. I don't know. But just because they have similar styles, I can't just say Usman because Usman's like, he just has more power or whatever. Because it's just hard to say that when I feel as if Usman hasn't been active. And it's hard to, I feel like if you haven't been active to someone like Brady who's been active and doing it against the best and doing it in great fashion, I just have to go Brady because he's going to be active. He's been more active and he's been showing how much he's involving and stuff. I got to go Brady for this one. The thing about Usman, though, is I see him getting a lot of negativity on Twitter, like, how bad is Usman? He lost to Leon twice. I feel like people didn't watch the fights. They're like, how bad is Usman? He lost. How do you get knocked out by Leon? I don't know if they saw what happened before the knockout. I actually don't know. I'm confused. He got knocked out by Leon after getting dominated because he gave him space and he landed a head kick. Anyone can land a one-shot thing. Then the rematch, you could tell he was worried about the head kicks. He was a little bit more hesitant. People calling Usman trash. I think it's funny. I don't really take it seriously. I know MMA Twitter or MMA community, they just like to say shit. They don't really watch or have any understanding of MMA. So it's whatever. But my thing is, listen, he's not bad because he lost to Leon Edwards via head kick. It happens. But if Sean Brady and Usman were to fight, they do have similar styles, but I feel like my gut would tell me to go with Sean Brady just because he's more active. 2023 late was the last time Usman fought. I don't know what Usman's plans are. I'm actually starting to get give up hope of him returning. I don't really even see it might not even happen. I'll be real. So if it does happen though, I think it'll be an extremely hard fight for Brady just given his fight style. Because to beat Usman, it's weird. To beat Usman, you gotta rely on him kind of. I don't know. To beat Usman's weird. Because the reason in the third fight Leon beat him because he just got knocked out, and I feel like coming off a knockout kind of quickly, you kind of second guess your pressure and stuff, so he's kind of scared to engage, which just plays into Leon's game of just low kicking and keeping you away and just kicking you in the head and knee, you know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming he wouldn't be as hesitant against Sean Brady because he's had some time off, and against the Hamza fight he kind of looked a lot better. But yeah, we'll see. But if they do fight, I will probably put my money on Sean Brady. I don't know what the odds will be. I'm sure it'll be close, but I'll probably lean Sean Brady just because activity trumps all. As you can see, when someone's inactive and they come back for a long time, it could be the Kobe Covington situation where you're kind of wary and kind of wiry on the feet. You don't know what to do, so you panic shoot, stuff like that. So I will go Sean Brady over Usman. So everyone asking, brother, you know my answer now. All right, next up, man. Everyone keeps asking me about this, bro. Especially my chat, because my chat knows I love him. Brady versus Makhachev, bro. All right, let's just talk about this because you guys, been wanting me to talk about it. I'll address it. Islam will have the slight edge in striking, but Islam's tendencies, I've said it, about kind of moving back in a stationary line, the two people I see it could cause problems against is Ilya and Sean Brady because they don't throw 1, 2, or 3 punches at a time. Some people, I remember against Volk would throw one punch. Volk always likes to jab, so he tried to throw a jab at Islam would just lean out the way. He'll lean fully out the way too. He'll just get out the way to a point where it's hard for him to even counter strike. So Volk would be like, okay, let me go 1, 2, 1, 2, but Islam would just do the same lean out the way. The only time Volk almost had success is when he like tripled it up or quadrupled it up. He was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what would happen is Islam would just lean back in that stationary line, and he would keep leaning back to try to avoid it. And eventually he's gonna fall to his knees and then like attack a double leg. That's what he would usually do. That's what he usually does if he gets overly pressured. So he's leaning back so much to a point he either hits the cage, so he kind of has to drop, or he slips, or like something happens. That's why his footing looked a little bit weird in the Volk 1 fight, and the crowd would always go crazy when Islam would trip or something when Volk would engage. It's because he's moving back in a stationary line, and eventually he just drops to a knee or slips, or like he hits the cage and like he has to go to down. It's a bad habit. Like it's not the best habit, you know. And against someone like Sean Brady, who's like, when he blitzes you, it's not like a one punch blitz that Islam could just lean back in. It's gonna be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like he literally doesn't. His goal when he's striking is to land some boxing combos on you with the blitz, and then ultimately maybe try to get you in a clinch and back you in the cage. Which goes to my next point. I feel like the grappling is actually gonna favor Brady. I feel like people might be like, "Oh, Kenny, Islam Makhachev's grappling is elite." It is, you know, it is. But I'm telling you guys, like, the size difference is not going to be good. The size difference is going to it's going to play a big part of it. And I feel like people don't know how much bigger Brady really is than Islam. They are the same height, but like size wise, like Brady's a big dude, man. So like Brady weighed 198 against Leon. Islam weighed like 183. Islam said his walk around weight is like 183. His fight night weight's around 182. So like it's like 180. Would he be bigger if he goes up to welterweight? I don't know. Maybe like if he has to game plan for someone like Brady who's gonna come in, because if Islam is giving up a fucking nearly a 20-pound difference on Brady, these clinch and grappling exchanges are gonna be so much worse even for Islam. Dude, like fucking hey, because like Brady is good at pressuring you and then backing you in the clinch, and he will land some stuff in the clinch, and he will control you in the clinch. And he's able to wrestle really well, like his open mat wrestling. Like I've seen Islam Makhachev try to wrestle sometimes against Dustin and stuff, get stuffed. Volkanovski, who's a strong guy, strong base, stuffing his takedowns. Trust me when I say, like, Sean Brady will stuff those takedowns a lot easier than a small guy like Volk. And I like Volk. He's a great wrestler, national champion. You know, but he's not he's just not Sean. Like, I'm telling you, dude, it's a distinct difference. You know, it's just a distinct difference between a Volkanovski and a Dustin Poirier and a Sean Brady. Like, he's he's stronger, and he's a way better grappler than both of them, you know? So it's going to be almost like Islam having to fight with, like, almost not using his grappling, or his grappling not being as effective as it normally would. In his last fight, in the last fight against Moicano was pretty effective, but Moicano, Moicano's Moicano. Against Dustin, was his grappling effective? To a sense, it eventually led to him submitting Dustin, so it was effective. You know, it took him a couple attempts to, like, get him down. You know, so, like, I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be an easy fight. And I love Islam, and I want Islam to become double champ more than ever, you know. But I'm starting to realize, man, it's going to be hard for him to do it. I'm going to say very hard fight for Islam. People want to know my prediction. Listen, I want Islam to be double champ more than anything, you know. Listen, if this fight actually gets booked, you guys will hear my official pick and a more in-depth, detailed prediction. But as of right now, I'm going to say a very hard fight for Islam. Can he win? Sure. Can he lose? Sure. You know, can Brady win? Sure. Can he lose? Sure. I like both fighters. I really don't want to talk about it much, but I will say, Islam has his hands full against a Sean Brady, who's going to be a bigger, stronger guy than anyone he's ever went against, with the best grappling than anyone he ever went against, with a long-ranged combo of strikes. He's not going to just be like a one-punch guy he could just lean out the way with. So Islam's going to have to make adjustments to his fight style, because if he fights the same way, Brady will win. I'll say that. He would have to adjust something and change some habits, because if he can't change some habits, or maybe can't, like, add a little bit more weight, it's going to be a very hard fight for Islam Makhachev. That's my take on it right now. Like I said, if they get booked, I'll give a more official take, and I'll break down footage and all that, so I can have a better understanding of both guys. But as of right now, I'm going to say very hard fight for Islam, brother. Brother. Islam double champ soon. Yeah. I don't know, man. We have to see, dude. We have to see. All right, last but not least, we have to address the elephant in the room. Let's get the elephant out the bag, man. I'm going to start saying that again. Fuck it. Hey, the Belal Muhammad rematch, bro. I watched back the fight last night because I was like, I gotta see this again. Belal put pressure I've never seen him put on anyone before. Belal was not going to be able to hold that pressure for 5 rounds. I put any amount of money on it. And Belal understood he couldn't wrestle him, so he didn't shoot a single takedown. The first round, Belal was getting his head boxed up. I was actually kind of scared. And then I feel like Belal made an adjustment. It's like, this guy's a way better boxer than me, so let me try to, he was kind of getting, Belal was also kind of getting backed up in the first round. So I feel like in the second round, he's just a way better boxer than me. Like, he's just beating me up. I got to make some adjustment. So in the second round, he's almost like he just came in and, like, didn't respect the boxing at all. And then in turn, Brady was probably like, what the hell is happening? Why is he like, I was beating the hell out of him. Why is he just running forward and just throwing stupid punches at me? And then eventually, like, Sean Brady just wasn't replying, and then Belal gets the win. But like I said, I don't think it's going to go as the same way it went last time. I said Brady will not break to the pressure this time because Brady will be the pressure. Brady's going to just fight fire with fire. If Belal wants to sit down and go like power strike for power strike, I'm sure Brady will be more willing. But I also think Brady will test the grappling this time. Both guys probably respected the grappling, but I feel like after Brady saw what he did to Leon in contrast to what Leon and Belal went, I feel like he's going to have more confidence to go in there against Belal and kind of wrestle and grapple. So we'll see. We're going to have to see, but I really do think that grappling will be tested. As far as who's the better grappler, I'll say Brady. I feel like they both have great control. I just feel like Brady has a little bit better of a finishing instinct than on Belal, and he could be able to finish someone like Belal on the ground if you get him there. I think it's a 50-50 fight though still. But at the end of the day, Belal did beat him, so if I had to put money, I don't know. It depends on the odds. I might even go Belal. I could see Belal winning this again just because in the back of Sean Brady's head, maybe he'd be like, oh, this guy broke me to pressure. So Belal starts to pressure him again. He just starts to get PTSD. Oh, shit. It's happening again, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But, yeah, I might give a slight edge to Belal just because the first fight, but I think it's gonna be a completely different fight, and Brady's gonna show a completely different step. I really think Sean Brady is the truth though. Like I want people to know Sean Brady is just different from like the average welterweight. You have to understand this. That being said, like outside of the champion and like a Islam Makhachev fight, like Sean Brady's one of the best fighters in the world right now. Like this guy should actually be on the pound. Unironically, should be on the pound for pound list. I don't know what Leon used to be on the pound for pound list, bro. He's like top 3 or something after he knocked out Usman. Look what Sean Brady did to him. No one has ever beat Leon that way, man. I'm telling you, he's special, dude. And I've been on the Sean Brady hype train saying he's a future champ for a long time. So I like that it's finally coming into fruition and people are starting to say, oh yeah, maybe he can, dude. Listen. His dominance is crazy. He was 15-0 before the Belal fight. I saw the potential there, you know what I'm saying? Now he lost to Belal. People switched up. I was like, no, dude, he's still legit. Belal was just really good at that fight. And then look at Belal. Belal became champion, so I got that right. And then now Sean Brady's on his way to become champion too. This guy's going to be the youngest champion, bro. You like Sean Brady, you don't like him. Oh, his style is boring because all he does is chase finishes on the ground. Stop watching UFC. This guy's the next generation. He's an absurd grappler, and he's one of my favorites to watch. Let me know what you think about Sean Brady in these matchups and these breakdowns down below. That's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3.